Hello O'Donnell Middle School families. My name is Matt Colantonio. I'm the principal of the O'Donnell Middle School. I want to thank Jeff Pickett and the Stoughton Media Access Channel for helping me make this instructional video about the updated drop-off and pick-up traffic patterns at the O'Donnell Middle School. These patterns are new. They are different than the video that went out earlier this summer, and certainly different than the last couple of school years. So please, I encourage all of our families who are dropping off and picking up in a vehicle to pay attention to these updates. Behind me, you see the parking lot in front of the school. This is the O'Donnell Middle School above the graphic, and this is our front parking lot. Let me step out of the way. And so just to orient you with the parking lot, we have a couple of loops. This is the one closest to the building. This is the one closest to Cushing Street. This yellow stripe right here is what we've always used for drop-off. That would be one of two drop-off lines this school year. This is our second entrance, the entrance near the cafetorium, and the large sign that says Dr. Robert G. O'Donnell Middle School. That is the student entrance in the morning. This is our other entrance near the main office. I want to step to the side here and show you the second set of crosswalks. These are important. These are the second crosswalks. You can't see them when you first pull into the parking lot at the entrance way down here, but that's where you want to get to if you're dropping off in the morning and if you're picking up in the afternoon. Cars pull all the way up to that second crosswalk. That gets you closer to the student entrance in the beginning, and it allows for maximum flow of traffic. That is how we do drop-off in the morning. We only do it this year here and here, and I'll show you the patterns in a second. We don't do any student drop-off in this lot near the JV baseball field. We don't do any student drop-off or pick-up in this upper parking lot. That is only staff parking for OMS, student parking for SHS. So what do you do if you have to drop off in the morning? Drop-off can begin as early as 7 a.m., and we definitely encourage folks to get here close to 7 if possible. Traffic from 7 to 7:15, very light. Traffic from 7:15 to 7:30, very heavy. Just be aware of that. Students can enter the building at 7 o'clock. Pickup is very heavy, especially in September. Kids are dismissed at the same time until after school activities start, late September, early October. So it's very busy at dismissal time. Keep that in mind. You'll see a lot of families picking up in our lot, and you'll see a lot of veteran families who've done this a lot picking up not in our lot. So pay attention to those families. Those families have found what we call a rendezvous point to meet and pick up safely without having to compete with the busy traffic at dismissal time. All along Cushing Street, Simpson Street, and even up beyond our upper parking lot. Those can be rendezvous points. So what do you do if you drive to the O'Donnell Middle School this school year? How do you drop off and pick up? Well, if you're taking a left off Cushing Street, you're going to follow this green pattern right here. So this is a little green vehicle, and you follow that arrow. You take your left safely into our parking lot from Cushing Street, and you take a left into the first spaces closest to Cushing Street. Once you take that left, you will go to what has always been the established drop-off area for students. Pull all the way to this second crosswalk right here along this little yellow striped drop-off line. You'll be on the right. Staff using that lane will be parking on the left, and you're going to pull all the way to that second crosswalk, allowing for the maximum number of cars to pull up behind you and drop your students off to the right, to the green grassy median, safely to either this crosswalk or this crosswalk, whichever is closest for them. If you're taking a right from Cushing Street, you're going to follow this purple pattern. That little purple blob in the back there is a vehicle. You take a right into Cushing Street, you go past that first parking space, set of parking spaces, to the second set closest to the building. You take a left and you stay in that left lane, and you pull all the way up to the second crosswalk here at this little arrow. Same thing. You allow for the maximum number of cars to pull up behind you. You safely let your students exit to the left, to the grassy median in the middle. That's where all students will exit to, getting dropped off. They find their way to the closest and safest crosswalk, and they cross to the building. Okay? That is where you will, if you're taking a right from Cushing, that's where you will go. You will see that the lane closest to the building will still be used for buses. This is the orange line. It is buses only. That lane will actually be separated for parents who are pulling in right next to them with cones and signs so that there's no confusion. No staff or parent guardian vehicles will be able to use that lane. It is buses only. And so you will notice that there's a connecting road to the new high school back here, and that will be buses only. And so this is what these 3 lanes will look like together. And this is how we'll keep the flow of traffic going. The last thing that I want to point out to you is that the exit might be a little slow because we're all still going to be exiting out onto Cushing Street, taking a right turn only. So we'll be exiting 1 vehicle at a time out this way. But hopefully this improves the traffic flow at the O'Donnell Middle School. We look forward to your cooperation and participation if you're dropping off or picking up starting September 4th. Thank you.